Welcome, Fetty friends, to episode 24 of Fireside Fetty. I'm your host, Ozone. Fireside Fetty is a show about folks within the Fediverse. If you're seeing this, you are part of the Fediverse. Yes, even you folks on YouTube, which we're now uploading this to, you're a temporary citizen of the Fediverse. With me today, which him and I were just talking about, I'm going to do my best, is Ruud, which I'm just going to call him Ruud. He's a freelance database administrator, father of two, husband of one, music collector, pool player, and admin of all of the things .world. Mastodon.world, lemmy.world, photofed.world, whole bunch of others. And Ruud, thank you so much for joining me. And how would you like to be addressed first and foremost?
Just call me Ruud or he, him.
And Ruud, you mentioned Ruud.
Ruud
right?
is fine. People spell it, so it's just fine.
I tried a couple of times, and Ruud was very not rude in trying to help me with it, and I just couldn't get there. And that's a very difficult thing for me to say, so I'm just going to go with Ruud for now. But Ruud, thank you so much for all of the different platforms and supporting the Fediverse as much as you do. How did you get to where you're at today?
By coincidence, actually. So I'm a computer guy, so I like being behind the computer all day, and I started hosting stuff. I like hosting stuff, trying out tools, and just seeing how it works. And it was, I think, back in 2017 that I found Mastodon.
Okay. Yeah.
Just installed it on a domain that I've let go. It was mastodon.nu, which is now a Swedish Mastodon instance. Okay. But I installed it and tried it, and it was nice. But I lost interest after a few months, and I just let it go. So that domain got taken, and I think it was 2021 I gained interest again. I wanted to leave Twitter, and I remembered Mastodon, so I installed Mastodon again, and I got myself the domain name mastodon.world. I thought it sounded nice, but not with the intention of hosting it for other people, just hosting it for me, opening up registrations, and we'll see what happens. So, but nothing happened. So I think I'd been running it for over a year, and I had 100 accounts on the instance and 5 active users, I think. And then the whole Elon Musk thing happened at X. So people were trying to find another home when leaving X, and there was a massive migration of users joining Mastodon, and all the large servers, they all crashed.
Yeah.
They couldn't handle the load, so Mastodon.social, all the large ones, they all crashed. So I thought I emailed Eugene and asked him, can you add me to the join Mastodon list? I have a server and I have some room. Let him join mine as well. So a few hours later, he added me, and that's when it just exploded. And of course, my server also crashed a couple of times.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah,
it wasn't scaled for that, and I had to scale it up. I had to. The email server crashed. Everything crashed. So I was constantly scaling, trying to have a great uptime, and that's why the instance grew so hard, so steeply. So because the other ones were struggling to keep it up, and I just managed to have more uptime than them. So
how many active users do you have today? Did you see like a massive influx and then it kind of settled down a bit?
Massive influx, and at a certain point in time, I think we had 120,000 accounts, which all were active because they were all new. So they were all counted as active. And after that, it just dropped, and you'll see that everywhere.
Yep.
active users just drops, and I think it's now even under 10,000 for Mastodon.
Okay. No, that's...
Which still is a quite a nice number of active users.
Yeah.
It's gone down, and there's several reasons for that. But yeah, we have many accounts, 190,000, I think, but only 10,000 active, and that's not a good ratio, I think. There's other instances that do a bit better than me, I think, and they have a better ratio. So well, maybe they have 50,000 accounts and 10,000 active, which...
Yeah, but those, I mean, the ratio, I don't know if that really matters. I mean, obviously, in the database side, right, it matters, and you hope that more people come around, but in my opinion, as long as you're there, you know, people can always come back and find you again. Right? Hey, I already have an account on mastodon.world, and I'll go check it out again, see if it's more stable, because that was one of the primary concerns. I remember when the Elon exodus happened to us, is a lot of our stuff was not prepared for that, and a lot of people got turned off, but I don't think people understood that this was hosted by normal folks like yourself, right? And as long as we have a community, a stable community that is here, maybe folks will come back. But you also have lemmy.world and photofed.world. How did you get started on all your different platforms?
Yeah, so after, I think a few months after I had mastodon.world, I was thinking, okay, it's mainly the domain name that attracts people to this Mastodon instance. Let's try something else. So I installed, I think the second one was sharkey.world, which was a Kalki server. I don't know if you remember Kalki.
I've heard of Kalki. I've never actually
used it. It was later renamed to Firefish.
Oh, yeah.
And then it died. And after, so I installed sharkey.world, which is now a Sharky server. So it's using Sharky as a software.
Mm-hmm.
Later, I also installed sharkey.world. So now I have two. But they didn't do so well. And people that are using them are content with it. But it's nice. But then in June of 2023, I saw something called Lemmy. I had never heard of it. So I thought, okay, let's try this out. So I was installing it, and the moment I was installing it, I saw a message pop up on my Mastodon about something with the API of Reddit, and people getting upset, and people announcing we'll go black with our subreddits, and we're going to leave. And I thought, okay, this sounds familiar. This is going to be the same chaos. And well, that was right. So people were massively fleeing Reddit and going to Lemmy. Same thing happened. All the large servers, they crashed under the load. So I knew what was going to happen. So I immediately bought a large server and prepared for the impact. And well, Lemmy the software was very unstable. It was still an alpha version, I think, a 0.something version.
Right.
But it was really difficult keeping that running, and it was terrible. And I had formed a team for mastodon.world for people helping out on the technical stuff and on the moderation stuff. But for Lemmy, we needed more people, way more. I think at a certain point we had 40 people helping out, moderating, keeping it running. It was really, it was hard keeping it running. And then after a while, we were the largest Lemmy server. So that also attracts people that want to attack you because you are the largest. So then we, next to our performance issues and all the bugs, we also had people attacking our server and DDoSing it and doing other nasty stuff. And also because the software was not very stable, there were many ways you could get our database down by doing certain stuff. And people found out, and they did. So, yeah. that was a challenge as well. So, but now I think, mainly because of all these people that are helping out, they are really great and doing a great job. We now have a fairly stable environment for our Lemmy stuff. So that's nice.
Is that your largest, or is the Mastodon your largest, or something else your largest? You
know? In number of accounts, the mastodon.world is still slightly larger, but it's been overtaken by lemmy.world, and active users, their lemmy.world is larger.
Okay. Yeah, I myself and some other folks in the chat have mentioned that they had Lemmy.world accounts. I kind of flip between lemmy.world and photofed.social and a couple of others just to play with all the different things. Do you?
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
And obviously we are also installing a photofed.world.
Are you?
Yes, of course.
Nice.
Yeah, but it's not open yet for registrations, but we want to get it right, and especially one of the team, Mr. Kaplan, he's really doing a great job in finding bugs and also reporting them, and sometimes even fixing the bugs for them. And he wants to set up a very stable platform before opening registrations.
Okay. So yeah, and you've actually started a foundation around doing this. What are your like thoughts and plans to having a foundation running all of these services?
There was actually twofold. So I started a foundation together with Stux, which you have had on your program earlier. So
yeah,
you know him. So he also runs a lot of different Fediverse instances, also larger ones, larger than mine even. So, and my idea was, first of all, I want continuity. So whenever I get hit by a bus, someone needs to have access to at least the domains and stuff so that it can go on. I mean,
yep.
I can have people logging into my servers, but if they don't have access to the domains, it will end after a while if I stop.
Right.
So that was the one thing. And the other thing is the liability. All these instances were running on in my name. So and with Lemmy, I saw really bad stuff happening. People did really bad stuff to our instance, to other instances as well. And I thought, okay, what if we get sued for some of the bad stuff that happens?
Right.
I will be personally accountable for that. So what I was thinking is, if we have a foundation that's owning these platforms, and we make sure that we document everything that we do a really great job, that it's not, if anything bad happens, we can say, okay, look, we did this and this to prevent bad stuff from happening. This will get the liability off of me and to the foundation. So
yeah, no, I felt similar. I mean, I'm only hosting PeerTube at the moment. Do you have any interest in doing PeerTube, since you've done like everything else?
I have a PeerTube, not PeerTube.world. I think that's not available. But I had a PeerTube that I'm using myself. It's play-my.video. But it's not open for registrations. I use it myself. I'm not sure if I want to open that up. I think it's for moderation, it's difficult. And also, obviously, the storage. It will take a lot of storage. And that's one of the things, that the costs we need to maintain. Yeah. The costs should not be too high, because we all pay this from donations. And with the number of active users going down, also we see the donations go down. So we now break even every month in the costs with the donations. But if we have a PeerTube that uses terabytes and terabytes of storage, we need more donations.
Yeah. Gotcha. So you said that your active user count is going down still. Do you think that there will be
not so much for Lemmy.
exodus?
For Lemmy, it's quite stable. I think at 15 or 20,000 a month.
Okay.
But for Mastodon, it's still going down, and it has a few reasons. And the main reason is that the default instance in the standard Mastodon app is mastodon.social.
Okay.
So people that just install the app and don't want the hassle of choosing a server, they just click create an account and it's on Mastodon.
Okay.
So they get the greatest part of all new users. And also then you have now Blue Sky, obviously,
right,
which attracts people, which I think will go away very soon. I don't think it's a viable thing. So then people will have to find another home again, and I'm hoping that will be Mastodon, but maybe not.
Okay.
And lastly, we also had to close the registrations on mastodon.world to approval-only registrations because of all the nasty spam. We do a lot to try and fight spam, which we don't always manage to catch them all. And there have been some really bad spam waves posting CSAM material. We don't want that, and then we just closed the registrations, which makes it harder for people to join, but also keeps it more clean from all the spam.
It keeps it safer, and that's what we all have to do. Like it sounds like, it's one of those. It's a double-edged sword, right? We want to be open and welcoming to everyone, but there are some people that just want to be bad actors. They just want to burn the world down and take everyone with them and ruin everyone's fun.
Yeah.
So you have to protect yourself. You have to protect your people, but it is sad because that's another barrier to entry for someone, right? Like, oh, I don't have to, ask someone for permission for Blue Sky or for X. I just hop on and it's fine. But they have the tools that we don't, right? And it seems like there's been a lot of folks in the background that are working on a lot of different projects like that. You said you have a team. How many folks do you have on your team? And do they do everything, or do you have folks directed, like some do Lemmy, some do Mastodon?
Both. So we have people that mainly focus on Mastodon and mainly focus on Lemmy, and some people they help out with both or all the instances. But as the active users number is going down and the donations, also I see that the number of volunteers is going down. So people, the people that we had in our team, some of them left. They just lost interest, or they lost any time, and finding new people for helping is very difficult. In the beginning, when I sent out a post, who wants to help out, I immediately got dozens of replies. So, but now I've asked for moderators on my Mastodon a couple of times, and I think I found one or two which have already stopped again.
Do you think that there's a way to, so like you and Stux have kind of joined forces with the foundation? Do you think that there's a way to share those kinds of resources and even human volunteers?
That was also my intention at first, but it hasn't come to that yet, and I'm not sure if it will.
Okay.
So I think Stux and I sometimes have a different vision on how we want to do that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if we will, but I'm trying to get all the instances that we do host ourselves. So my side of the foundation, I try to combine it and have people help out on various platforms.
Okay.
So we can, combine forces.
I mean, from the sounds of it, as you were saying, right, like everyone kind of goes to the main mastodon.social, and while there's a lot of disagreement on whether that's a good or bad thing, at least from what it seems like, the general Fediverse at this point is not exactly dying, but where we are stable. And as someone in the chat, the next corporate cataclysm is right around the corner, right? We basically always just have to wait, and I don't think this can ever go away. What are your thoughts on this?
No, it won't ever go away. I mean, at least my instances won't. So there will be some instances. No, there will always be people. I personally find Mastodon way more attractive than all the other, the blue skies and the Twitters and stuff.
Oh, okay. Yep.
There will always be people that see it that way, and the average user,
right?
They just want something that's easy and works, and they're not all very technical. So it just needs to be an app they can download and they can click log in and it works. And they don't want to have to choose servers and difficult.
But as time goes on and things get ironed out, do you think that we're improving? Because I mean, I don't know. Like, I had been on Mastodon around shortly after you originally tried it, and then I had heard about Lemmy, and I tried the main lemmy.ml, and I wasn't very welcomed there, which is fine. And so I kind of gave up on that, and I just existed on Mastodon. And then when I found lemmy.world, that was a big thing for me. Like, I use lemmy.world a lot. And again, we talk about photofed.social. They are two very different forms of consuming, similar types of content. Right? Yep. And do you feel that something like Lemmy has gotten stabilized, or do you think that PyFed might be a better option, or do you think that there's something out there that we have yet to see?
They're very, I think, very different options. They do the same, PyFed and Lemmy, Mbin. They all do the same, but all with a different approach. But the same is with Mastodon and Sharky and all the other platforms that you have. People can just choose whichever they like most.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't mind if people just all start using PyFed or Mbin.
It's kind of all the same to you. You just want to support someone, right?
And I mean,
yeah,
they don't have to use our servers. They can use any. I often get the question: don't you think that your instances are too large? Yeah. I don't know what to answer. I mean, what is too large? And
right.
People in the beginning with Mastodon, they said, shouldn't you have closed your instance when they had 10,000 users? And I said, okay, where would the other 90,000 have gone?
Yeah.
There were no other options. And I mean, what Mastodon Social does now is having their instance as the default.
Mm-hmm.
That's not optimal because you get one large server, but on the other hand, you don't want new users, getting a random instance, creating their account, and then it appears to be some guy's Raspberry Pi under his desk that he one day gets rid of, and then your instance is gone. So it has to be, you have to make sure that people get spread out across instances, but they have to be reliable instances. But how can you tell if it's reliable? I mean, when is it reliable? So that's difficult. And the same is with Lemmy. I mean, our Lemmy is the largest, but I would prefer people having thousands of instances to choose from and spreading out over all these instances, which is what the Fediverse is meant to be like.
Yeah.
There are no thousands of instances that are stable. Even the second largest Lemmy instance now has pulled the plug. They're shutting down. I mean,
oh wow,
I didn't see that coming. How do you know if an instance is stable and will be there in the next 5-10 years? I mean, it's difficult.
But you think that the .worlds will be there in the next 5-10 years?
Yeah,
as far as
so
you can.
first of all, we have a team. So if I quit, someone will take over. And if I get hit by a bus, we always have Stux that has access to the passwords and the domains
nice.
and stuff. So we created a foundation together. Yeah, mainly also because of the continuity. He needs to have access to my domains, my stuff, in case I have his wife's phone number in case something happens to him.
Oh wow.
That's my wife's phone number in case something happens to me, so we can so
that's amazing.
So I'm planning, even if I get bored with all this, I'm not shutting anything down. I will try to hand it over to people. So
that's great.
Just like Gina did Mastodon. I mean, the original guys wanted to shut it down or stop, and she said, "Okay, I'll take over."
And it's the Dutch that's holding us all up. Like you guys are the tent poles. You're keeping us all afloat. Thank you so much for your whole country for welcoming us into the Fediverse and being our stability point. So, sorry, I was going to say something. So again, you have all of these different platforms. You have one that's kind of your favorite that you either hang out in or you enjoyed installing, or...
I have my own. I have Ruud.social, which is running Sharky, because, well, I like the features of Sharky best for my personal stuff. I used to use my mastodon.world account, but then it got, I think I have 11,000 followers, and they are not following me. They are following the admin of mastodon.world.
Yeah.
So if I post something about me playing pool or listening to music, which is one of my hobbies, they don't care. They don't want to read that. They want to read about mastodon.world. So I just said, okay, I'll not use that for personal stuff anymore. I'll just use my Ruud.social.
No, and that's a difficult balance, right? Like I now have 3 separate go-to socials, one for me, one for the show, and one for my nonprofit, because they're each for different things, right? And I'm the same way. I don't really want to mix those things, but then the problem is sometimes I post on one and I meant to post on another, or it's the same thing with my PeerTube. Is I have the Fireside Fetty PeerTube, which I have my own stuff as an account there, but then my nonprofit is a completely separate PeerTube, and it's like, where is it okay to kind of mesh those lines? But I feel the same, where it's I want it to transcend me, right? Like you don't want it to just be about you. It's not about enriching yourself. It's about helping enrich the world and giving people an option, in my opinion. Have you heard of Bonfire? Thought about checking out Bonfire?
Yeah, well, unfortunately, bonfire.world is not available. I checked that a couple of years ago when they just started, and I thought, okay, it sounds interesting.
Yeah.
But to be honest, I also don't really know what I can do with it yet. So apparently you can build Fediverse platforms using Bonfire, but I think it looks really promising, but I don't know how it works yet. So
it's interesting, because I've recently had conversations with other people, and I actually spoke to the Bonfire guys as well, and they completely understand, because what they're making is kind of, like more like a toolkit for you to build your own thing, and I'm very excited. We're going to have them on eventually. We're trying to figure that out, but I figure because you had like everything else in the world here, that maybe you were trying that out as well.
I must say, the latest one I started, apart from PyFed, which is done by one of the team members, the one I started is friendica.world, and it's giving me such a hard time that I'm now a little bit more wary of starting yet another one, because Friendica, it looked nice, and I thought, okay, this is a nice platform, let's run it. I had run it before for myself, so now I installed friendica.world right at the same time as the Mark Zuckerberg stuff happened, when he said we'll stop moderating, and I don't know. Yeah. So people were looking for Facebook alternatives. And if you Google Facebook alternative, you find Friendica. And back then, when you clicked on Friendica and you said, look for a server, you'll find mine as the first one.
Oh, nice. It's currently down.
Yes, it is. I'm aware.
I'm looking at your status page, and I noticed that. Sorry, but
Yeah.
you guys had just opened
the Sharky
it too,
I
right?
was working on today. I've upgraded them, but the Friendica, it's not developed for this scale of user accounts yet. And
yeah.
I'm the first server with, I think in the beginning we had 3,000 active users. And that just doesn't work with Friendica software at the moment. I think the second largest server, or I think it's about the same size, but they only have 60 active users per month. So 60 active, and I have 3,000. So the scale is totally different.
Yes.
And it just doesn't work on a lot of levels. And I'm trying to fix that, but it's currently, for just me, it's taking up too much of my time, and there are not many. It's using a technical stack that's not used by a lot of people here in my team. It's using PHP and MariaDB. I found one guy from Canada that wants to help out, but he was busy last month, and so just we are lacking the time to really get a grip on it.
That's the difference. It's not just the money, but it's the time. Like, everyone pretty much has to have a full-time job to support your family, your life, what you're doing, as well as, giving your time and energy to the Fediverse, which we're all happy to do, right? But we need help and bodies and things.
It's all hobby. And sometimes people say, okay, we are paying, let's say, 2,000 euros a month for running all this stuff. And people say, oh, that's not too bad. And if people just chip in 10 cents a month each, then it's enough. But actually, you should also count all the hours that go into it.
Yeah.
And if I would have to pay myself for all the hours that I put in it and all of the team members, then it wouldn't be 2,000. It would be 100,000 or 200,000 euros per month that you would need to get all these full-time people doing all this stuff.
Well, and
then it's not viable anymore, I think.
Well, and I think that's one of the interesting things about the way that, like, Reddit has run, because Reddit has always run off of free labor, and people were happy to give it, and now, as they're closing the doors, they don't understand why people are so upset. It's like, we've given you all of this stuff, and now you're just saying, well, it's not enough. Now we need more. We need more ads. We need AI. We need all these other things. And I completely understand why people are upset. But it seems like everyone's just so tired of doing that too. It's a hard sell to come over here and say, hey, come contribute to us, but there's a chance we might not be here tomorrow. But it's good to hear that you are committed for the long haul, and not only that, you have backup plans.
And I mean, if the number of active users, even if it goes down to 100, I'll probably not get any donations anymore, but I'll also not need the large servers anymore. So I'll just put it all on a small server. I would be happy to pay just 100 or 200 euros a month myself just for hosting. I wouldn't mind. So if the number of users goes up, the donations go up. So there's no.
Yeah.
In that way, it's viable as long as you have enough people wanting to help out.
Yep.
So the volunteers, that's really the issue.
The big thing. Yeah. Yeah. And that's what I've talked to other people too, is they said that one of the most difficult things is the moderation, because you constantly need moderation, because it only takes one bad actor to start, wreaking havoc.
Yeah. Moderation is the thing I like least. I mean, I don't like moderation. I like handling the computer. I don't like handling people. So luckily I've got some people helping out with moderation.
Yep.
With Lemmy, it's a whole different level.
That's why I didn't like. I've thought about. To me, PeerTube is an easier sell. Yes, the storage is expensive, but I have a moderated instance, right? I'm not just letting everyone in because that could be, yeah, it could go south really quickly, but at least I don't have, everyone just making whatever kind of comments they want everywhere. It's a little bit slower pace, and I've found it a little bit less risky personally. We don't have a lot of traffic yet, but I'm the same way where it's like there's going to come a point where I can't afford it, but I'm more than happy to afford it for now, regardless, right? We're doing this because we want to give people an alternative, and whether that's everyone or only some people, I don't know. I find it rewarding, and I want my kids to have a better choice in being social online than what we've had for the last 15 years, 20 years. God.
Yeah, so I think the money is not going to be the issue. I think if there's going to be an issue, it'll be the people, the volunteers. So we cannot run Lemmy without people moderating it. There's too much bad stuff going around.
Yeah,
it needs to be moderated. And I think I don't even know. I think we have 10,000 communities or more. Every community has their own moderator, but they're not appointed by us. They're the person that creates the community is the moderator. Mm-hmm. And if they don't moderate, then all the reports go to us. So we have to make sure that every community is being moderated, has enough moderators, and that the moderators apply the same rules as we have on the instance level. So you need moderators, and you need people managing the moderators, and
it's a lot.
Yeah.
So what do you do when you're not running every single thing in the Fediverse?
Yeah, if there's some time left.
Right. Yeah.
I have a couple of hobbies. One is collecting music.
Is that what's? So what is that behind you? I mean, it looks like a wall of books to me. I can't really tell.
Yeah, no, the top half is CDs, and the bottom half is vinyl, so LPs and singles. And so I'm collecting music. I like music. I also listen to music on Spotify a lot, and I'm just always busy with music. So and then I have another hobby, which is playing pool.
Mm-hmm.
And in all these things, I also tend to volunteer too much to do stuff. So in pool, I was running the local, the league stuff. And
but you're big on community then, right? You're big on, so that makes sense that you enjoy the Fediverse, because as you're saying,
in the music stuff, I'm volunteering for the Dutch top 40, the charts. I help out with the top 40 foundation.
So do you want to talk about that? What is the? I saw that and I wasn't certain what it was. What is the Dutch top 40?
Well, the top 40 is like the Billboard Hot 100, but then the Dutch version, which is running since 1965. It's a top 40. So it's a weekly chart, and I help out. A lot of people helping out because it's also a foundation. They don't make any profit, so they have to have people helping out. So people help out with the website, with the content, posting articles. I help out with running the Spotify playlists, keeping them in sync.
Okay.
And having the database content being up to date. So
have you tried out Funkwhale? Not that it's going to replace Spotify or any of that, but
yes, I have funkwhale.world, but I'm not going to open that up. No, I have it, and it's nice, but it's going to be a moderation nightmare. I mean, people are going to upload stuff that's not theirs, and no, I'm not sure how I would manage that. No.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, hey, I would love to have all of the music I enjoy up on Funkwhale, and it's like, yeah, that's not really legal. I recently actually had someone that joined my PeerTube, and they're like, hey, I want to upload my videos for my project. And I said, okay, well, what's the project? And they link me to this thing that has Indian Bollywood movies, and I'm like, dude, that's not yours. Sorry. no, can't do it. Like,
No.
be more than happy to help you set up your own, but I'm not taking that risk. Sorry, man.
No,
But
I just host it for myself now, and Funkworld didn't really work because I think I have over 300,000 music files on my computer, and that's a bit too much. And they're not all tagged in the right way because I've been collecting them for over 25 years, maybe 30, I don't know.
oh my
So
gosh,
they're not all tagged in the right way. So
do you play any music? Like, do you play an instrument or something?
no.
No, you just listen. You just enjoy.
Yeah.
What's your favorite genre or artist?
That's difficult. I have a very broad taste in music. I very much like drum and bass. I like hip hop, especially the older hip hop. I like metal, like Metallica and stuff like that.
Okay, yeah.
Dubstep, all sorts of music. So.
Oh yeah, have you checked out bandwagon.fm? That's a good question.
Yep. Yeah, I've seen it. It's nice. It's kind of like it's a platform where people can sell their music and stuff.
Yeah. Ben Pate, I've actually talked to Ben, and yeah, he's working on trying to figure out ways to monetize, allowing indie artists to take advantage of that kind of thing. And I think that's kind of the next step of the Fediverse, right? Like, that's one of the big things that's held it back. We talk about donations and whatnot, which is great. And for certain instances, like in the US, we have National Public Radio, NPR, and we, a lot of them get donations, and that's how most of it is funded. But you still kind of constantly have to ask for that kind of thing. And it's not a stable source of income, right? Like it goes completely on interest, whether folks just decide that you are providing a good enough service. But you also play snooker.
I used to play snooker, and then I discovered that it was really too difficult for me, and then I started playing pool. So
I don't know what is snooker? I've heard of it. I've never looked it up.
Well, snooker is like pool, but on a larger table. The table is larger, and the balls are somewhat smaller, and you have 15 reds and 6 other colors.
Okay.
And you have to pot a red ball, and then another color, and then a red, and then a color.
Okay.
So it's a different kind of table. It's larger, smaller balls, and different rules. So.
Okay.
But it's more difficult because the table is larger and the balls are smaller. It's a really more difficult game. It's also a bit more tactical in some ways.
It seems like it'd be easier to get. I mean, I'm not a pool player, so maybe this is very naive of me. It sounds like if the table was bigger, the balls were smaller. Well, I guess it depends on the pockets. Are the
pockets is also smaller? Yeah. So.
Okay. Yeah. That makes sense then.
Makes it more difficult. And I was working in IT already, maybe almost 30 years. So after a few years, I already noticed that in the evening my eyes weren't seeing everything straight anymore. So
yeah.
I just switched to pool, which I can almost do with my eyes closed. So yeah. So now I've been playing pool since 2001 or 2.
Oh, okay. So
started playing snooker in 1990.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never tried snooker. Pool is one of those things where, like, we would go to a bar, and if they had a pool table, we would drink and do terrible pool shots, and people would be ridiculous with. So do you have any other hobbies that you do besides, again, running the world?
Yeah. No, well, I don't have too much time for other hobbies. I also have a family, so
yeah.
The kids are 10 and 12, so they're a handful. So
yeah. And you don't. It's amazing that you invest that kind of time too, because with your kids, it's finite, right? Like, it goes so fast. People don't realize until you have kids how quickly it goes. You see how quickly they're growing up, and it's incredible.
Yeah, it is.
What has been the most difficult part of running and maintaining these platforms outside of, say, like moderation? Have you had any other issues? I mean, donations
Yes,
are always
we've had a
involved
lot
with
of issues,
moderation.
and the hardest have been the personal attacks, and I'm not good in dealing with those. Even the slightest bit of criticism, I find it difficult handling criticism, but there's been times and there's been situations that people have really attacked us for stuff, and those were the hardest times. And I've seen other Fediverse admins quit, burn out because of all that kind of stuff. And what I'm trying to do is now step back a little. I mean, there's been, for example, the meta, the threads drama.
Right.
Everyone has their own opinion about threads and meta and how Mastodon instances should act, and everyone is entitled to their own opinion about it.
Yeah.
But there have been admins of Mastodon instances personally attacked about their choice in how they handled the whole situation. I've just not responded to any of the questions. We've had discussions in our team. We've made some decisions. We've posted very short, brief stuff about it. But I try to stay out of all the discussions. There's always people agreeing with you and people not agreeing.
Yeah.
There's no way you can do something that everyone agrees. So in the beginning, I always tried to keep everyone happy, but you cannot. In the very early days of our mastodon.world, we made a decision about something. Some people explained that in a certain way, which was not true. And then people started blocking our instance because of that. And people were not asking us, okay, what happened? No, they didn't ask us. They just said, oh, look, they did something wrong. And then that was really difficult for me because it was not true. And
that's sad to hear, right? Because you're just trying to figure out, and anyone can go anywhere else they want to. So if they don't agree, you can try and run your own and do the thing that you want, but everyone needs to try and be as respectful as possible. You're a person that's donating your time, energy, passion to these things. And I've recently had someone basically tell me that I'm selling out the Fediverse because I'm trying to talk to like government officials in the United States about this. It's like, I'm not trying to sell anything. I'm trying to help them realize there are alternatives. We don't have to live under what we have. And it's like, just, let's actually have a conversation about it. And it's tough, right? You want to separate that out. You're trying to do good and you want to separate that out, but it bugs you. It really, it digs at you. You think you're doing something great, and then hundreds of people like it, and then all of a sudden there's that one person, and it's just like, it's stuck in the back of my head. What did I do?
Yeah, we've had that with more than one person. Yeah, not liking one of the actions that we did, and
and like you said, you're never gonna make everyone happy. We all have our opinions,
and it's very difficult with all the conflicts going on in the world, like the war in Russia, Ukraine, and the Israel stuff. And if we do something against an account that's Israeli, then we do something wrong. And if we do something against an account that's Palestinian, then we do it wrong. But if they break our rules, I don't care which one of the sides it is.
Right.
Break the rules. And what happens most of the times is that they don't break any rules. People start reporting them because they just say something they don't like. Yeah. And if we don't take action, then we're anti-Semitic or we're genocide supporters or whatever. It's never, you cannot do it right for some people. So
yeah, and I mean this is the strength of the Fediverse, in my opinion. If there is something that lemmy.world is not doing for you, you are free to run your own and still connect with everyone and pick and choose what you want to do. But it seems like a lot of folks are just interested in jumping out of Reddit and expecting the same kind of thing. And we want to encourage those kinds of conversations, right? We want to bring people together, but it's, you're not gonna be able to please everyone, and just because you're against one thing doesn't immediately make you for the other, right? Like I think I'm the type of person is like, let's just not hurt anyone. Period. I don't know.
Yeah. Same with the when you had the elections in the US.
Yeah.
There were both sides. Apparently, users of both sides have accounts on my Mastodon instance, and I don't really care which side posts what, as long as they follow our rules. And
as long as it's respectful, right?
And they will not agree with each other, but then I would say just block each other, but stop reporting each other. And gives us a lot of work, and we're all volunteers. We don't need the extra work. Just block what you don't like. You can block stuff yourself and move on. I mean,
and that's the amazing thing. Like you still do it because you believe in it, right? Like this is, in my opinion, it has a lot of problems, but it's still better than the alternative, which is you don't get a say. Some billionaire decides, okay, you can't talk about this now. Well, what if I want to talk about it? Well, if it's important to talk about, no, I decided you can't talk about it.
Yeah.
So that's, I hope that people can see, that there's a human being behind this, and there's nothing against having an opinion and saying your word, but we want to try and do it as respectfully as possible. Right.
Yep.
So, but as I said earlier too, I love your shirt, by the way.
Yeah, I saw it on Andy Piper. You know him?
Oh yeah, I know it.
Yeah. So I think it was his wife's web shop that sells these. Anyway, really? He gave me the link to where I could find it, because obviously I host all of them. Not all of them on the world, but bookwyrm.world we also have. Have you ever seen Bookwyrm?
I have. How does your bookwyrm.world work? It's
just a default Bookwyrm instance. So for people that don't know, Bookwyrm is kind of a Goodreads alternative. You can keep your book collection and keep track of what you're reading and leave. Yeah.
Do you like Bookwyrm?
Yes, but I don't have enough time to read.
The same way.
I actually have been reading this afternoon, but yeah.
I've told folks that I'm in IT. All I do is read. Like, it's nonstop. So I don't. By the time I'm done with my day, I'm like, I'm read out. I want something light and fun. And a lot of the books that I have are not that. Very dystopian or just heavy. I need to find something very light. Actually, Terry Pratchett, I think, is a Discworld. Is that Terry Pratchett?
Mm-hmm.
Discworld is a lot of fun if you've never read Discworld.
I have played a Discworld game 25 years ago, maybe. We had a game for, I don't know which computer it was, but I think a PC game. Yeah. Which was Discworld, which was my introduction to Discworld. And I liked it. I've never read the books. Actually, there is a Discworld themed Mastodon instance, which is run by another Dutch guy, which has helped us out in the foundation.
Yeah.
I think it's the mendedDrum.org. MendedDrum.org, I think it was. So that's a Mastodon instance that's Terry Pratchett themed.
Nice.
So,
It is always the Dutch. Yeah, the Dutch love the Fediverse. Have you ever worn that shirt out, like in public, and people are like recognize anything or ask you about it, or just being like, "Hey, it's the Dutch. We all know what that is."
No, not everyone knows what it is. No. Many people have never heard of it. Mastodon, some, but all the others never heard of. No.
Yeah. Do you get people asking you like, what is that?
Yeah, sometimes, but I don't. I try to wear it to places that people might know what it is. So,
okay.
Like FOSDEM. I don't know if you've heard of FOSDEM.
Oh yeah.
The open source. It's Belgium, but it's very close for me. I live very close to Belgium, so I try to every year go to FOSDEM and meet all kinds of people. It's been the last 2 years, I think, that there's been Fediverse people at FOSDEM.
That's what I've heard. Yeah.
Yeah. Before I went for the Postgres community. That's more work stuff. But the Postgres community is always there. But now I have to divide my time over there between the Fediverse people. I met the Friendica developers there.
Oh, nice.
Actually, the Mastodon team has been there the last 2 years. Met them. Elena, who made this incredible video about introducing the Fediverse. I met her, very friendly woman. Yeah, met a lot of Fediverse people there.
That's awesome. I need to get to FOSDEM someday. I've known about FOSDEM for years. Like I've been a Linux nerd for almost 20 years now, and I have heard about it. And I just hopefully someday I can get there. Or there's what is it, FediCon? That's going to be happening in Canada. I want to do that someday too. Like all of these things are so exciting. We meet so many folks, through the internet and online reactions, and I know a lot of folks go to those kinds of things. So I would eventually, someday, hopefully, get to meet all of you wonderful folks in person at one of those.
Yep.
We'll see. Who knows? As you said, maybe I'll get hit by a bus tomorrow. I hope not. I hope no one gets hit by a bus. Stay away from buses. And most importantly, you and Stux are not allowed to be anywhere near each other because you're not allowed to fly together or be on a bus or anything like that.
He also lives on the other side of the country, so it's a small country, so I can drive there in 2.5 hours. But still, it's
yeah. Moral of the story: buses are bad, apparently. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Well, now for the real reason I asked Ruud here is to give him an opportunity to win a prize of a lifetime. Our prize today is a map of the world. I thought about giving you the world since you already run so many worlds, but then I realized we need to get it a bit organized, and I didn't want to add more stress on your plate that you already have. So just the map will do, I guess. Are you ready for the quiz?
I think I am, yes.
All right. Favorite movie and why is it Spaceballs?
My second favorite.
Okay.
Yeah, my second favorite movie is Snatch. Have you seen that?
That's a great one.
Yeah, I really like that one.
So, what is your favorite?
And then all the Back to the Future movies.
All of them?
There were only 3, and yeah.
Yeah, I know.
When I was young, and it's really.
So I've talked to a lot of people about Back to the Future because I often say I don't like time travel movies because time travel movies are a writer's easy way out, like the Marvel movie where they destroyed all the gemstones. Like, oh, let's just go back in time and get the stones, and then inevitably someone's like, well, what about Back to the Future? To which I counter, Back to the Future is not a time travel movie. Back to the Future uses time travel to start the movie, but that is not the adventure, right? And I feel that that Back to the Future 2 is by far the worst because of that. They're using time travel to cause a problem, to solve a problem, and then go back and forth. So it's a good movie too, but I think 1 and 3 are excellent. I really, especially 3. I think 3 is so much.
I think I was a teenager when they came out, so it was really, I visited New York, so October last year, and I saw that there was a musical, Back to the Future, the musical.
Really?
So obviously, when in New York, visit Broadway. So I went together with one of the with Jello Eater. He's one of the guys helping out with my all my infrastructure. So together we went to the Back to the Future the musical. It was really nice. Really
I've never heard of Back to the Future the musical.
Yeah.
Is it just the movie, but as a musical?
They just reenact the first movie, and it's done really nicely.
Oh, good. Okay.
I'm not really a musical kind of fan, but this was done nicely.
I think it really depends. I've only seen Chicago live, and it was okay. I didn't think it was anything great, but it was an experience. Let's put it that way, right? It's an experience. Today I learned there's a Back to the Future musical. Didn't know. Next question is pool, or pool? So pool as in billiards, pool as in swimming, or pool as in pulling something?
Well, playing pool is the most fun.
Okay.
We have a swimming pool in the backyard, and I'm never in it. The kids always say, "Dad, come on, join us in the pool." But I say only when it's 35 degrees or up Celsius.
Mm-hmm.
Then I might join you.
My kids have asked when we're getting a pool, and I told them we're getting a pool when you can afford it and you can clean it, because I don't want a pool. That's too much hassle.
Yeah, it was when we bought the house, so
right. Yeah,
I'm cleaning it and I'm never using it. So
yeah, no thanks. This has become a standard question for my Dutch folks, which is hagelslag, pannenkoeken, or stroopwafel.
Yeah, I like all of them.
Really? What's your favorite?
I would say stroopwafel.
Okay, that's what everyone says too. I've had a stroopwafel before, and they're great. I don't get hagelslag. I like that's something I told Gina. That's something my kids would.
Why you don't get that? I mean, it's chocolate on your sandwich. I mean, what's not to get? Yeah.
No, I mean, I understand what it is. I just don't know why. I guess I don't know. But stroopwafels are great. They're so lovely.
But pannenkoeken is not really Dutch, is it? Pancakes? You have pancakes?
I mean, we have pancakes, but not like that.
No, you have the large pannenkoeken.
Oh yeah. We have one big or two, but not like that. Like the ones that I saw online because all I did was look up Dutch delicacies, and I came up with this whole list of things that I've never heard of. But the pannenkoeken was like, because it's a whole bunch like stacked with some kind of. It's not stacked. No,
that's an image you might see if you Google it.
Yes, that's what I did.
We just bake them, maybe stack them and put them on the table, and then everyone takes one pancake.
Oh, okay. So it's just a pancake.
We normally bake them with bacon and cheese.
Oh, that actually does sound good. I'm very hungry. I haven't had lunch yet, so careful.
I've had dinner already, so.
Yeah. Next question is, what does an alternative universe Ruud do?
Not use the computer.
Not use the computer?
Yeah.
He's, no offense, but he might be the smarter Ruud.
Yeah. Just enjoy the outside. Just go outside, enjoy the nature.
My kids, like, they're constantly needing help with the computer. My wife's like, "Oh, Dad will teach you." I was like, "No, I will help you fix it. I don't want you becoming an IT person. Like, it's done really well for me, but man, is it a pain in the rear end."
Yeah.
But I have a magic phone that can reach out and contact separate universes. It's right here. It's very technical. And I reached out and talked to an alternative universe Ruud, and he actually says he works on cryptography, but I was wrong, and he actually said he works in a crypt. So he keeps the dead company, and if they get upset and they try to start an uprising, settles them back down and puts them back in their coffin. So yeah, really interesting.
Sounds
Sounds dangerous.
Yeah.
Next question is vinyl, 8-track, or CDs?
Vinyl.
Of course.
8 tracks have never been a thing over here.
Oh, really?
No. And no, I started out collecting vinyl for maybe a year, and then the CDs arrived, and I said, oh, that's brilliant. Then I started collecting CDs, and now I regret that.
So why vinyl over CDs? Because I'm someone of the age that when I was a kid, I had vinyl, and then I had cassette tapes, and then I had CDs. And I don't know. I know everyone says that vinyl sounds better. I can't imagine how it does. I don't see it.
It's not even the sound. It's just you have something in your hands which you can. Yeah, it looks nicer. It feels nicer. The sound is a bit more warm.
Okay, vinyl. That I get. Yeah.
And in my opinion, when the CD came out, they said this will be indefinite. You cannot. It doesn't wear out, but that's not true. Vinyl is better. I have vinyls of 60 years old or older, still sound great, and I have CDs of 20 years old which won't play anymore. I mean.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember when people were saying that. It's like, well, we don't know how long they'll last because they haven't been out that long.
No. Did you know they were invented by the Dutch, the CD?
I did not.
Oh. And did you know that the circle in the middle of the CD is the size of a Dutch coin, the 10-cent coin of the Dutch?
I did not.
They had to determine a size for the center hole of the CD, and they just said, okay, let's take this 10-cent coin, which doesn't exist anymore because now we have the euro, but back then it was a 10-cent coin.
It's anyway, Dutch again. Yeah.
We digress.
So which came first then, the CD or the stroopwafel?
Stroopwafel.
So then maybe the CD was an idea based on the stroopwafel.
I think so. Might have been.
Doesn't taste as good.
Luckily, there's no syrup on it, so that will make a mess.
And as usual, the last question will be sent to you telepathically. I'll send you the telepathic question. I'll let you know when it gets there, which you already know. But for our audio listeners, it'll give them the signal that you have the question. Take your time thinking about it. They're usually very deep questions. And just let us know your answer. You ready? All right, here it comes. Okay, what's your answer?
It's a good question, and I think it's the same question you asked Gina last Monday. And my answer would be purple.
Purple. Okay.
Yeah.
Why purple?
I'll show you.
Oh, nice. Yeah, okay. There you go. Like it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, congratulations. You got every answer, either correct or incorrect. Good job. I had my community member here, logo developer, take your map to a delivery company to deliver it to you. But they said they didn't know how to deliver to the world. So unfortunately, we're not going to be using them, and I'll make sure to punish Logal accordingly for his failure to get you your prize. But that's all we have for today. Thank you so much again, Ruud, for joining me. And I probably messed that up again, but and seriously, thank you so much for all the hard work that you've done. I can't even imagine the countless hours that you've contributed to having a place for folks to get away from the standard big tech, from the ads, from the tracking, from the AI now. So thank you so much. And if anyone is out there and you really appreciate Ruud and the .world instances or any of the other millions of services it seems like he's running, don't forget to tip him or just give him a compliment. Say thank you folks don't realize how much a thank you goes, or, tell them a nice shirt, some kind of compliment, anything. It goes a long way to helping, people's sanity and helping keep the services up and running. And thank you to all of the viewers and listeners out there. I'm massively humbled by the reception Fireside Fetty has gotten. All of you Fetizens are why we're all here. We're not just doing it to talk to ourselves. Everyone that contributes, everyone that gives 5 minutes on the Fediverse, you all matter. All of us are the community. We do this for everyone. So very special thank you to everyone. Solid Heron says they enjoy lemmy.world. It is a wonderful place. Thank you. And if you appreciate what I'm doing here, please don't forget to share, boost, like, subscribe, whatever. As much as I hate doing all of that and saying all that, it does matter. We're now on YouTube as well, and reaching out to other places to try and reach out to folks that don't know that we exist. We started a BT Free, which is a nonprofit organization, to try and help foster the Fediverse and advocate and help people get away from the relationships that we currently have with big tech. We have tubefree.org as a moderated PeerTube instance that is open for signups. As it says, it is moderated, so we'll have certain restrictions. But we also have our own PeerTube index, which now that I know that Ruud has a PeerTube, I'll make sure I add that to our index as well so that we can all enjoy each other's content. And remember, while there's a lot of folks doing each of these different things, we can't do everything, but together we can all do anything. So thank you all so much, and we'll see you on the next episode. Have a wonderful day. Bye.
Bye-bye.